We are here. We're ready for another episode of Let Me Talk to You podcast. I have two special guests today. Yes, that's plural, not singular. And I'm super excited to let you guys hear what these wonderful guys are doing with their lives and what they're doing for the community. Again, I appreciate everybody listening and following and letting me know all the great feedback and even some of the negative feedback. It's all good. I love it, man. This is really fun for me. It just kind of cleanses my soul. It makes me feel like I'm doing something fun, I'm doing something right, and I'm creating a platform for everyone that wants to get on here and just express how they feel and what they're doing with their lives. So, again, thank you so much. And let's get ready to listen to Chad Ford and Ron Sears at Mamba Hoops. They are the two coaches in that league that they started on their own, and I'm super proud of them. This is an up and down episode, so you guys just get ready for a treat. Thanks again.
Got a $5 steak on a $20 grill. I can't help but feeling like the king of the hill. The grass is kinda high, but it's under control. And right now, I ain't in the mood to mow. I'm gonna thank the good Lord as the sun goes down for another day above the ground. Well, I ain't at the top, but I ain't at the bottom. Being in the middle for me ain't a problem. As a matter of fact, where I'm at really ain't too bad at all. I know I ain't got every little thing I want, but I got everything I need, and that's a pretty good place to be.
Yo,
What's up, man?
how you been?
Man, more blessed than I deserve, brother.
You might have to.
We good here?
Your voice ain't as deep as
Yeah, his voice
You
carries.
could be fucking Batman, dude.
No, if you hear him coaching in the gym, like if we go into a setting and there's multiple courts in the plaza we're playing in, you can hear him 3 or 4 courts down. Like there's one hectic game that we go into, and there's people like peeking their head in, like what is going on at this court?
Yeah, dude.
It carries.
Yeah, he has the chin for Batman too. Batman.
I am Batman.
Yeah, great guy.
It's funny.
Good fun. So how you been? What you been up to?
Just the coaching, man, coaching and plumbing. Finally found me an outlet with coaching and just making a living for myself with plumbing, man.
You can make a lot of money plumbing.
Yeah, and I know, like, thinking about it, it's like, man, I couldn't. If you would have asked me what I was gonna be, what I wanted to be as a child, I would have never said plumber. But here we are, and it's a lot of fun, man. It's a challenge every day.
Plumbers make more than lawyers, like master journeyman plumbers make more
Yeah, man,
than
very
lawyers and
lucrative.
doctors, and I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, because my stepbrother Justin, he's a plumber and he's a master plumber. And
Really?
dude,
Where is he out of?
he is in Silsbee, but I don't know what company he works for. I should know that.
Okay.
But isn't it like Bradley Wisnat? Remember him?
That's Southeast Texas Plumbing.
Yeah. So their offices aren't far apart. So whatever's closest to that.
So it's crazy, man. When I was managing Little Caesars, a few years back, Bradley came in and he seen me across the counter, and he's like, "Man, you tired of this? I can get you on as a plumber." And I was like, "Nah, you won't catch me doing that." And
Little Caesar's a badass job though.
Oh.
I went and helped Justin. Dude, that's great, Justin. He's a plumber. He works at Little Caesars.
Yeah, man.
And I would go in there and fucking make pizzas with him for free, dude.
That was a job itself, and I mean, at the time, I had to swallow my pride. I mean, at my age, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be doing that, but I owned it, man. I humbled myself, and I said, you know what? I'm out here making an honest dollar. Let me be the best I can. Yeah. So, and I worked my way up. Cameron Janice was the GM, and he made me one of his managers, man.
He's still there, ain't he?
No. I'm not sure where he went, but he's not there anymore.
He was my stepbrother at one time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but my dad married my brother's aunt.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're half brothers.
Yeah,
Still
got you.
seems weird though, but shout out to Dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways, yeah, dude. Well, me and Ron, we go back 6th grade, I think. So I don't know how old you are when you're in 6th grade. Chad probably knows because he's a kid.
With 10, 11? Yeah.
And believe it or not, me and Ron both lived in Beaumont.
Yeah.
Went to Vider schools, and I'm pretty sure Vider never found out. But if,
We had the Vider address.
So, and we lived right smack dab in the middle of the hood.
Yeah.
Didn't know it for years though. Like
I had an idea.
we were friends and didn't even know that we lived so close for the longest time.
Yeah, man.
So, if I could think of every period of my life, you were a part of it at some point.
That's major, man. Same, likewise.
I remember being so upset. Like, I wanted to move to Indiana whenever I did, but I remember being so upset because I was leaving you and Josh. Remember Josh?
Yeah, Josh Ruin. Yeah.
Y'all, like, never hung out. But, like,
Yeah.
individually best friends with both.
Yeah.
So, but we had some good times, we had some rough times, and we've had some good times.
Absolutely, man.
I think our story together is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, from all the adversity that we faced, and here we are today.
Yeah.
I mean, you look great.
Thank you.
You know, you have a beautiful family,
Yeah.
beautiful home. Like, hey, it's up. It's up there, man.
Appreciate it, man. I try to dial in on that and just remember where I came from.
Absolutely.
Anything.
No, never ever forget where you come from.
Hell no, dude. Like, if I could buy my grandma's old house, I probably would.
That'd be amazing.
Just to have it.
That house is so cool too.
Yeah. We lived like, man, we had so much fun. And I want to bring it up because we talked about it with Chad. That night that we went to teen night, it was when Cactus Canyon.
Yep.
I remember you convinced me to buy a ticket, and that was like the little bit of money we had.
Oh yeah, you know, you go in there with $20 that me and you both shared.
We never had money on our. It was like one of us did and one of us didn't.
Yeah.
And I remember that night you were like, "Dude, just buy the ticket." And I'm like, "Fuck no, dude, I'm not buying it. Dude. We're gonna go fucking do something out of this."
And we were in the back. I remember we weren't even paying attention. They were drawing the tickets.
Yeah.
And your number's called, and nobody goes and gets it. So they call it out again, and you pull it out, and you're like, you go crazy. I'm just like, man, this is wild,
We
dude.
rode that bitch through the hood, dude.
Yep. We just drive it down to the school.
Yeah, man. I remember forever David was trying to take the governor off of it.
Yeah.
Typical David, like he's trying to fucking make everything fast.
Young mechanic in the making.
Dude, David's a G, dude. He is legitimately the most talented person
That's big bro.
that I know. I mean, he's just that dude right there. He can fucking make miracles happen.
Oh.
It doesn't matter what it is.
He's been one of those people. He puts his mind to it. He's really good at it.
Artistic.
Yeah.
And our backgrounds are completely opposite.
Yeah.
And we was in the same household. And I disappointed him a lot growing up, but I think now that he's just we're at a point in life where he's proud, and I think it's cliche. I honestly can't stand when somebody tells me they're proud of me. Whenever I feel proud of me, I'll feel proud of me. I'm not there yet. I think I've came a long way. I just don't think I'm there yet. So I am trying to get to a point where I feel better about myself, and
Well, yeah, you want to be appreciative of the recognition, but it's like, I appreciate the recognition, but I did it for myself.
yeah. And I'm not there yet, dude. I still don't even hardly look at the
Oh
mirror, to be
no,
honest.
still got a long way to go.
Sometimes I don't know why. I mean, I know everything's great, life is good, and but I still have like a chip on my shoulder sometimes where I think I could be doing a little bit better.
Keep that chip on your shoulder. It'll bring you places.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's 100%.
Yeah, man.
I can't believe. Sometimes I think to myself like, "Holy shit, dude, where'd the time go?"
Dude, it flies.
Yeah.
Flies, man.
I don't even know how old I am. I think I'm 32. Matt, do the math. 1992 to 2024. How old am I? I think it's 32. Are we 32?
Yeah, I just touched 32 last month.
June, I know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. June. Okay, tell me.
5th.
Okay, I was at 12.
Plead the 5th.
So I never can forget my birthday because it's March 16th and WWE 316.
Yeah, man.
Stone Cold just said I just whipped your ass.
That's right.
Dude.
Dude, the wrestling days, golden days. Weren't those badass
Still
days?
golden for me.
Oh, I still say one-liners, man.
Yeah, dude. I went to WrestleMania, bro, in like 2016.
What's WrestleMania?
It was.
It doesn't matter what WrestleMania.
That's so funny. You got my motherfucking. That's good, bro. That's
Yeah,
like,
man.
Dude, Nash sent me a fucking thing the other day, and it's like he baited me, bro. He sent me this 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 thing that said Biden dropped out. And I'm like, yeah. So what? I fucking click on it, dude. It's the biggest black cock you could possibly
Oh,
see.
no.
And I'm like, dude, you got me. I'm pretty sure that's all I said to him. Well, you got me. Like, you know, like, damn, bro. And, you know, I speak of him, dude. He's got me into the fitness and stuff, too, man. And it's like,
I seen you grinding, dude.
yeah, that shit's not easy, bro. And to have the willpower and the discipline to want to get up and go.
The discipline, man.
Because I work shift work, dude. So, and then I want to be a dad and a husband at the end of the day, too. So it's like I try to, there's so many things going on. I'm big
Right.
paint, houses. Like, I don't know how the hell I do it sometimes.
Well, a man has to keep himself busy, man.
Yeah. Well, and he showed me the way when it came to working out and trying to better myself when it comes to my body. I don't know if you know this because I got, in 2020, whenever COVID was rapid, I had tuberculosis.
Oh, wow.
I was spitting up blood like when I met Sabrina, and I just kept doing it, and I never knew why.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought that I was fucked up or something. The devil was inside of me or some shit. But she convinced me to get a checkup, and sure enough, I had high levels of lead in my body from the paint, and I had tuberculosis. So I went through 9 months of treatment.
Yeah.
Because you never get rid of it. You're always a carrier.
Really? Okay.
I took this shit called like isonide. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what the bottle said, I think.
Got you.
But and it almost felt like you were taking niacin. You know?
A burning feeling?
Yeah, dude. Like it was just you just
Make you really hot?
yeah. And then your piss was fucking orange. I hated the shit. My piss might have been orange for a different reason. I don't know. But shit, just like it was orange. So, you know.
I got you.
I know it wasn't like an STD because I'm married now.
Yeah, man.
Not saying I call it STD, but I wasn't married. I plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
But man, I remember calling you the other day, dude, and fucking telling you about, because you know when you decided to come on, which I'm grateful y'all did.
Yeah, man.
About the
Thank you for having us.
Dude,
It's huge, man.
it's an honor to have you guys on. But we talked about the time capsule.
Yeah. Yep.
Me and Ron took a fucking old Folgers can,
The metal one.
yeah, and dug it like 2 feet in the ground and put pictures of us, which were probably the first selfies ever taken. And I don't know what else we put in there. Did we write a letter? I don't really remember. I just
Honestly,
remember
man,
the picture.
I completely forgot
'Cause
till
we
you brought it
printed
up.
the picture up. Wait, because my grandma had the desktop.
Yeah.
We probably lost a lot of explicit things on there. We were,
Probably so.
We were boys being boys.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure, dude.
Young boys
I still-
figuring out things.
Sometimes I still fucking take Cheez-Its and I dip them in steak.
A1.
To you, bro.
Absolutely.
And they think I'm high, but I'm not, dude. It's just.
I was telling somebody that the other day because she had said something, and I was like, yeah, I got some weird combos, and I told her about the cheese nips and A1, and it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is, and that was before I was knowledgeable about herbs.
Yeah.
So
You gave me firm details how you just found out that was good, too. You were eating steak
yep,
and mashed potatoes
yep,
and Cheez-Its.
yep.
And the Cheez-Its got in the steak
Yep.
sauce. And you ate
We were
it.
bachelor living, man. It was me and the man that fathered me, and
Yeah.
dude,
He
we're
was a great guy.
absolutely
He had
like,
a badass black Corvette, dude.
yeah, man.
Do they still own that house out there in South Florida?
He does. He's leasing it out to my cousin, Cam. I don't know if you remember him,
I don't know, maybe. That would,
but I mean,
unless it's yours or Chad or Matt or somebody.
I got you.
Fucking terrible.
But yeah, it's still in the family. And he's got a family. He has 2 sons. Or he has, I'm sorry, a son and a daughter.
Yeah.
And you know, it's good for him. It's a good starter home for him, and glad to keep it around the family, man. I would hate to see it go.
Yeah. You can't really see it anymore either. They need to do some like.
Yeah. In which he's done a lot to it, man, before he moved out, because he retired and moved to the lake.
Yeah.
But he did a lot to it, man.
I remember it always being so dark inside.
Well, yeah, because we have a yard full of oak trees. Like,
Yeah, it was full.
yeah.
I
they're-
passed by there the other day and like seen the field house, and I feel like that's such a wasted opportunity. The field house needs to be.
and it's up for sale, I think.
Somebody needs to buy it.
The field house.
Yeah. Somebody needs to buy it and do something with it.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think they just want an outrageous price for it.
And I imagine so. Everything's high. I mean,
Yeah. Hopefully it'll get better here soon. So.
Yeah, I think we're the only things that ain't high these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know?
Feels great.
Yeah, it is a good feeling, man. I'm proud of you. So you just got a new apartment.
Yep.
Mamba hoops. How long are you into plumbing?
I'm a second-year apprentice now.
So
and
you
what?
got, what, like 6 more years, and you'll be.
I'll be in a journeyman.
Yeah.
It's a long thing to do, man. You gotta, it's just one of those things. You gotta put your head down and stick with it. Us as humans, we want instant gratification, and Chad has to put me in check all the time because when I complain about stuff, I have to go to him.
Yeah.
Because that is the most genuine friend I got. If I don't want to hear something, he tells me what I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And it humbles me, man. And I tell it to the kids all the time. It's like, man, it's a good friend is going to tell you what you don't want to hear. They're just not going to say, okay, you're right, agree with you.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very fortunate to be a part of his team, and our brotherhood still remain what it was from the first day we met.
So you got a girlfriend or anything? You seen somebody?
No, man. I have.
Don't fuck up, dude. If you have one, they're gonna see this.
She's a friend, and she's a really nice gal, man. She's laid back. She's real down to earth, and we're opposites. But we just kind of started hanging out and stuff. So
See where it goes.
what's
You
that?
see where it goes.
Yeah, man. If I play my cards right, hopefully,
Yeah. So you want kids and stuff, Joe?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And
I'm sticking, brother.
yeah, I know. I know.
So, I'm surprised it took me as long as it did for me to have kids. Which I'm glad it took that long.
Yeah.
Because I don't want like 6 baby mamas. So I'm super grateful I had it with Sabrina. She didn't have any children either. Wouldn't have mattered to me, but because I fell hard when I met my wife.
Yeah.
So it had to
man.
be somebody to tame my ass. I was fucking wild, dude. And even whenever I sobered up, I was still like wild. Like I did not want to just give a woman any love at all.
Oh yeah, 'cause, you're still working on yourself, so it's hard to commit to something when you're still focused in, locked in on yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. So other than that, though, you talk about plumbing, dude. I got some questions.
Oh no, I might have answers.
Yeah. Dude. So my stepbrother tells me shit all the time, literal shit. So he says he's at a point now where he doesn't even wear gloves sometimes.
No, you get over that.
He's like, dude, I was fucking doing something and there was like a hole and it like squirted me in the face, and I'm like, dude, that sounds like a fucking.
That's the service side, and it's not all like nasty. Like it's not all Mario plumbing toilets.
It's not, but that's what you think.
Yeah, that's immediately what you think. And I'm when I'm telling people like that I'm a plumber, I'll always immediately go into it's not all just dealing with shit.
Yeah.
Like I promise you, there's new construction side and there's service side, which where I work at, it's very well organized to where they let you learn both sides. They kind of float you around, so you get a little bit of everything.
That's cool, man. I'm proud of you, dude. You got to stick with something.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great avenue. I wish I would have known that plumbing was going to make the money that it makes now that I wish I knew it like then, because, dude, you could.
It's always needed, man.
It is. It's demand.
Shit flows downhill, man. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, dude, it does. And fucking y'all have an opportunity to kill it in the long run. And it's a challenge, and it takes you a while to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything else, dude. Everything starts with like something that you like don't want to take that long.
Yeah.
And it always does. I think plumbing's great, dude. I have so much respect for him now. I listened to a podcast where a plumber was on there.
Really?
It was like a 3-hour episode, dude, and I was just fascinated. I'd never Googled so much shit in my life.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like this dude was apparently, I think he was like out of Cali or somewhere around there, and he had a company called Master Plumbing, or no, Toilet Bowl Champ or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because apparently he had won a contest who could put the toilet up the fastest.
Really?
Yeah, and he won.
Bet you I could beat that.
I would love to see it, bro. I would literally pay like pay-per-view money to watch people put toilets together and see who does it the fastest.
Honestly, on those kind of jobs, like, it's time and material, so you want to be quick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
how I really fell in love with it, man, is one of the kids I coach, his dad is a contractor,
Yeah.
Well, I'm going out to watch a playoff game, and they were playing in Winnie, and we do all of East Chambers plumbing. Like our company has a contract with them, and so
like the county?
what's that?
Like the county? Like
No, with the school district.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so we have a maintenance contract with them, and we do all their new buildings. So Vider made the playoffs this year for the first time in I think 20 years? 20 years, man.
Football?
Basketball.
Oh, okay.
So one of the kids that we coach, like, Coach Ron, you got to show up. I'm like, man, I'll be there, kid. I'm working in these chambers. I'm just gonna stay over here after work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Tijuanitas, and I'm just having a couple of drinks before the game.
Yeah.
And his parents walk in. They're like, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, I work out here.
Yeah.
And he's like, he looks at the back of my shirt. He sees True Flow. And he's like, you're a plumber?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm learning. He's like, well, I'm doing a barnuminium. Do you think you can do that? And I look over at one of my good friends that I work with, and it's like, hey, Ben, man, can we tackle this on? And a couple weeks later, he gives us a blueprint. I stay after work one day, go to his house because he lives in Winnie.
Yeah.
We go over the blueprints, get our measurements, get our material list. Boom, I make a phone call, get our order or rent Mini X.
Yeah.
And it was at the lake. So I have to be real careful with what side jobs I do, because
Yeah.
if it's in city limits, you have to be a licensed master plumber to pull a permit. So this happened to be out of city limits. So everything that could have went my way for the first side job. So boom, land it, go out, and this is the moment in my life where I really needed it, because I'm trying to get back on my feet and establish myself a little bit. And boom, everything just happened the way it was supposed to, man. We went out there, plumbed it up, come back, yeah, man, wrote the check, and when I seen the check in my hand, I was just like, plumbing's not too bad.
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, dude. It was.
I love that shit, dude. I love seeing a big check.
Yeah.
You know. So it's kind of fun, like my job, dude. I sample coke all day.
Yeah.
That's what I do in the lab. So if I tell somebody that, you never know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, if you haven't been around, I mean, this is Southeast Texas. You work in a plant. We all kind of have a general idea.
Yeah.
Somebody's dad, uncle, whoever has worked in a plant.
Yeah, I mean, that just sucks. That's just kind of what everyone does here. Like, if you want to make good money, you go to the plants.
And I mean, I made the choices that I did as a young man, and I mean, with my dad, he retired from Exxon, so I easily could have got, put in by him, by his word, his name, and as I've always told myself, like, even I worked for Recon Construction, and they were Phillips 66, Motiva, stuff like that, and I just remember life being miserable, man. I didn't enjoy it myself. The money was great, but I didn't like it, man.
Yeah, it's definitely not the end game for me either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Oxbow, but it's just not. It doesn't. It doesn't put the fire in my soul.
Yeah.
And
Which I was young too, though. If I had the mindset that I have now, it'd probably be a lot more easier. But I was young, making buku money, and just being dumb,
Yeah,
So
for sure, dude. I'm still dumb.
yeah, absolutely. Me and you both, man.
Yeah, dude. So we're working on probably, if we were 11 and how old am I, Matt? 32. 32 minus 11, what's that?
Oh no, don't get me
So we've
doing it,
been
man.
friends that long. I'm gonna do the math. That's a long time, dude. Even with Chad, dude, it seems like there's decades of friendship and love,
Yeah, man.
My nanny fucking loved you, dude. Like, and my shit ass grandpa.
Oh, rest her soul, man. She was an amazing woman, man.
Yeah, she was, man.
Shout out to all the grandmas.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's a major role, man. Mom, dad working, or if, single mother, single father, whatever, that you go to your grandma's house.
How's your mom doing, man?
She's cool, man. She's made a very good living for herself. She works for Holiday Inn, and she actually has me and Chad hooked up with the employee discount rate. So when we go out of town, it's like we book a room for dirt cheap.
Oh, dude, if you ever need a room, just let me know, dude. I got so many points with Marriott, I don't even know what to do with them.
I wonder if
No, Marriott's a whole.
No, it's not.
It's a whole different. But you can do points for Holiday Inn too. But
Yeah.
Marriott, man,
Marriott's nice though.
dude, I'm telling you, bro.
That was what you go stay the Crown Plaza.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd have a baby at a Marriott.
Look,
Sure, dude. I mean, it's just so nice. I stayed in one in Chicago, and I don't like Chicago, sorry, but it's just a nasty place.
Yeah.
Like,
Atlanta's very bad too, man. I took a Greyhound from here to West Virginia. So we had to, on a Greyhound, you stop at every stop.
Dude, they have the worst Greyhound bus station.
When I got out in Atlanta, I lost my mind,
It's
dude.
big.
Well, there's a lot of scary things going on in Atlanta, man.
As soon as I get out the bus, I went to Atlanta. I was traveling through Atlanta to get to Virginia, and the first thing this dude walks up to me with a trash bag as a fucking suit, dude. Pants, boots.
And not to lose weight.
He told me he was the Antichrist, dude.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. And I'm not even joking. Like, it was the craziest shit. And I just remember the bus station had an uphill to it to get into the bus station.
Yeah.
I had like 6 bags, bro. And I'm like dying. I'm over here 120 pounds soaking wet, running from the law.
That was the worst ride I've ever taken in my life.
Yeah,
That's like
bad.
riding horseback, man. It's rough. It's really
It's
rough.
got any better. We should take a Greyhound somewhere.
I'll pass.
Just go. Just do it. One
Do a
day.
podcast with a Greyhound bus.
Or just interview like some
Start interviewing everybody on the bus.
Yeah, dude, interview it. We could do
You
it.
would get some hits off that,
I'd be
man.
onto something, dude.
You'd go viral for sure.
Hey, that's what they send the inmates on when they release them.
Hell yeah, dude.
They'll buy them a bus ticket to their home.
I don't know if you hear Chad said that's what they put inmates on and they send them back home.
I'm sure.
So yeah, dude, Greyhound's probably the worst ride that I've ever taken in my life. And I remember every time I was on a Greyhound, it was at the worst point of my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so I just always channeled that with
My thing was the smell, dude, and I'm a plumber, and I still remember how horrifying that smell was, man. And on my stop, the bus was full, so I had to sit right next. Well, actually, honestly, I rode from Vidor to Lake Charles.
Yeah.
The seats, you have people that are laid out in the seats.
Yeah,
Like,
I was one of them.
but it's like, all right, I'm not gonna bug this person, so I'll walk myself all the way to the back. I sat on there's a hub where the wheel is in the back. I sat on that.
In the bathrooms.
It was right there, man. It was terrible.
There's people fucking in there, dude. You can hear it making squeaking noises.
It
I don't know
was-
if it's sex or the bus. It's fucking disgusting, bro.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, probably, dude. And then people are getting high. I know, I probably was.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some junkies on there for sure.
Where were we first? What were you talking about?
Boom. We were talking about plumbing. That's where we were at. But I got some questions for you, dude.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So fatherhood, how's that?
Start recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Fatherhood, how's that, man?
Oh, man. Dude. You're gonna make me cry, bro.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, dude. Those kids changed everything.
that's major.
When you figure out that it ain't about you anymore, it's a powerful feeling.
Yeah, man.
I give all my success to having them. That's the biggest success I ever had. Because I went through such a phase where I thought it was impossible. And then when it happened, it was God's timing. And it wasn't my timing. It wasn't shooting blanks. It wasn't none of that shit. It was perfect timing.
It's awesome, man.
I got with Sabrina. Sabrina had every reason not to pick me.
Yeah.
Like she was my bartender.
Mhm.
So not like permanent my bartender. Like I just went through it. But that day she was my bartender, and I gave her every reason right there not to give me attention.
Yeah.
She just watched me be a dog, dude, and like somehow, some way, God, made that happen. But she got pregnant not too long after we got together. It's probably 5 or 6 months. And,
Gotcha.
Malaya came into the world, and Malaya was, dude, this scared me.
Dude, when we came up to the door or whatever, she opens the door. Sabrina's like, "Don't open the door for strangers." Because I was friendly. I was like, "Hey, sweetie." And she immediately, boom.
She asked you-
Michael's upstairs. I was like, she calls you Michael.
Oh, shit.
It's like, oh Lord, I see how it is around here, man.
Dude, she's so smart, bro. She's intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, and it just blows my mind because she's just a mixture of Sabrina and me, and me and Sabrina are polar opposites. That's
Gotcha.
why it works.
Yeah.
And you said that the girl you're talking to is not. You are nothing alike. That's great.
Yeah.
If you find somebody that you are exactly like, then don't do that. You know?
Well, it was crazy. Like when we sat down, I think for both of us, dude, it's like having a conversation that you know that kind of stuff don't happen anymore. Like I'm not on my phone all the time. Like I care less about it. Like the less it rings, the better.
Well, so Sabrina, when we started talking, she came and we had a date. That night I asked her to be my girl.
Yeah.
We were. And then I remember telling her lease was almost up. And I fucking hate texting, dude.
I hate it.
If you text me, I'm going to text you back. Now, back then I was just going to call you.
Yep. I'm still the same way.
I love talking on the phone instead of texting.
Well, text gets misinterpreted.
Yeah, it is. So I remember telling her, like, I was at work. You mentioned Phillips 66. I was working at Phillips 66 with this company called, get the name of it now. Doesn't matter. It was a Bo Guidry, though.
Is that Bethel?
No,
Bechtel?
it was Partners.
Yeah.
Partners, because he moves around a lot.
Yeah.
He's a very smart guy. He literally makes it happen, I swear. I've never met anybody as badass as Bo Guidry. But anyways, I told her I hate texting. You know, you might as well move in.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I said, because if I got a text, it's not gonna end up working out.
Right.
You know, not that I didn't think she was interesting and I could potentially fall in love with her, but I could not communicate that way.
Yeah. It's not for me either, brother.
Now I have to, because it's just a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's nobody wants to talk on the phone, right? So
I get it.
anybody that I get on the phone with, I know wants to be on the phone. So I'll talk to somebody for like 45 minutes.
Dude, we were on the phone forever the other night.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like even Nathan Reed, right before he died, I talked to him on the phone for like an hour and like I think it's 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Like and I hadn't talked to him in like 6 months, and I talked to him on the phone for an hour and some change that day.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart because I thought I didn't have his number. I kept seeing him in other people's like Snapchat stories, and I would tell that person like, "Hey, tell Nathan to call me or whatever." Just like if I was to see you and I didn't have your number, if I seen you in somebody's store and there's no way to contact you, I'm gonna tell that fucking dude, "Hey, tell Ron to hit me up."
Yeah.
I know that they wasn't.
I think you did that through Trey.
Probably. Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did. So, and none of them would do it. So when he called me, when I finally got a hold of him, he called me and his number was in my fucking phone the whole time.
Wild.
So I was like, damn, dude. Like, I wasted all this time. And it was just terrible. But anyways, back to the kids. Yeah, Malaya. So Malaya was born in 2020, March the 3rd, 3/3/2020. So if you remember 2020, like we all do, people were fucking wearing masks and buying all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
COVID hit. I remember the first thing that I seen when I finally opened back up my phone, because I completely disengaged from the world we were having lit. It's just an experience that I didn't want to miss nothing.
All right.
And I mean, I was sleepy though too. It was rough. But I remember looking at my phone and I seen a meme where somebody had posted, "I'm not gonna let a Mexican beer disease kill me." And I'm like, what are they talking about?
Right.
You know? But it was coronavirus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude, we're in the hospital. They're starting to shut shit down.
Damn.
And I'm like,
You're in the middle of trying to. You have a child. Yeah.
so I'm like, dude, if like this just gives you a kind of the depiction of my life. Every time I'm trying to do something good, something just comes out of nowhere and freaking Goldberg spears me.
Isn't manhood great?
Yeah. And then it ended up. Malaya was very sheltered through the first. I would imagine the first year or so.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law, who is
Well, that's good that you took that time though. I think that should be a time where you kind of close off, because those first initial years, I think they're very important, man, and it should be very family oriented.
Yeah, she's amazing, dude. I love my daughter.
I can tell she's got your spirit, man.
Funny.
She glows like you, man.
Cracks me up. She kills me sometimes, dude. But I gotta get on her ass too. But
You got little man too, right?
yeah. So Zane, right?
Yeah.
Like Zane. I remember Sabrina and I were having a conversation. She wasn't really on the other end of like wanting to have any more kids, but she knew I wanted to. And I just remember having a conversation with her where I knew that she knew that I wanted to try to have a boy too. Derek You know, he had lost his life. So I was the last one to carry the name on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get a little boy, you know, too. So I remember telling Sabrina it was just like it was a need for me. You know,
Yeah,
I need to
absolutely.
try this, and she was fully on board after we had a conversation about it. But we had him, dude, and yeah, man, like same feeling.
Dude, they're spitting images of you, dude.
And
It's wild.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Same mannerisms,
What's
everything.
crazy though, if you look at pictures of Sabrina when she was a baby,
Mhm.
well, they are identical.
Really?
It's insane to me. I mean, but they're both so sweet, dude. And
Yeah.
they fight and I'm glad they had that. You know,
Yeah.
Zane's just now getting to a point where he's starting to form a little personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, you know. And Zane likes physical combat. Like,
Does he?
yeah,
He's
if
he's
UFC's
feisty, huh?
on, he wants to watch it. If I'm watching wrestling, he's watching it. If football's on, he's watching it. Basketball, he's watching it. I mean, he loves physical.
That's awesome.
It's like in Malaya, she's just smart, dude. Not
Yeah.
saying Zane ain't, but she's just
Right.
like this girl. will
She's
blow-
very in tune.
Yes, it should blow your mind, right? And it's like she knows how to like piece my heart together while breaking it at the same time. I know Chad probably can relate on this, but I'll look at pictures of them when they were kids today. I'll be at work. I'll be in the middle of my day, dude, and I'll see a memory of them as a baby, and I'll just start bawling.
Oh man.
Just remembering that they're never going to look like that again is,
Yep.
dude, it hurts.
That's facts.
It-
Yeah, man.
Like
That's facts,
it
for
hurts
sure.
your heart, dude, and not in a bad way. It's just kind of like it makes you want another one, but then you're like, when you
Cherish it while it's there, man.
Yeah, and I feel like, man, what sucks is like I've wasted a lot of time working, and that's why I'm trying so hard to go down different avenues and bring new revenue in to be at home with
Yeah.
my kids more. The shift work stuff helps me a lot because I work like 16 days out of the month.
Mhm.
14 days is mine.
Yeah.
So unless I pick up overtime, and I hardly ever want to do that. I need to probably, but
Yeah.
I try not to as much as possible. I love my job, but it's not something that I look at forever. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
Like Chad said, everything he does is leaving something for them. That's all that matters to me. If
Yeah.
I can leave, if I die today,
Yeah.
I know that they are 100%
Taken care of.
You
Yeah.
know, and I know my wife ain't just gonna go out there and get with some fucking scrub, and they're gonna take care of my kids. Like she's a woman. She's a woman of honor, and she settled down with me, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like, she's not just gonna go do that again. She knows what our kids deserve. She knows what she deserves.
Right.
And like when our friends pass away, you can see like when something happens to these people, how everybody comes together.
Yep.
You know, and like I already have my pallbearers situated, like everything, dude. Like everything's taken care
It's
of.
lined up.
I don't want nothing for her to worry about nothing because it is a scary feeling. We live here. We're susceptible to death very easily
Yeah.
for some reason.
Walking outside, dude.
It's wild, dude.
Especially working in the plant, man.
Yeah, dude.
That-
Anything.
Yep.
I mean, it seemed you could be on your way to work
Yep.
and just drive off and you know pass away. It's just the craziest shit I've ever seen. I sat there and watched Nathan's truck get pulled out the water. You know,
Yeah, man.
terrible, dude. You're my only day one left. 0. After you, that's it. Allison's close. Allison's been one of my best friends since 6th grade too, actually. So yeah, him and you are left.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, so
We got a long way to go,
what you think
man.
about Tyler, Wame,
Yeah.
Nathan? You know, like I don't want to downplay anybody else, but most of them are gone.
Oh.
So all we can do, and what sucks is when they pass away, it's in their prime. You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
Like when they finally
So
get
young.
together, dude. They're like their life is finally starting to prosper, and then boom, now their kids don't have a father. You know, it's just like, and when you become a father, parenthood,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing you look at when somebody passes away that you love and that you care about.
This could happen to me.
And they're kids, right? Like
Yeah.
these kids you don't think about.
I seen Nathan's son the other day at a birthday party, and then I didn't know, and he was at the those big blow up water slides that
Yeah.
people rent or whatever. Well, he's at the top of this thing busting a move. I was like, I look over at my buddy. I'm like, look at him. I was like, he's out there busting a move. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know who that is, huh? It's like, no. He's like, that's Nathan's son,
Shit, where were you at?
Eric's.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, no kidding. And I was like, well, that's his daddy. He is his daddy's son.
Nathan was wild, bro. Me and Nathan did the craziest shit. We used to go to, bro. We had some stories too, dude. I wish I could bring him on the podcast. Unfortunately, I can't. He's looking.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, I know.
He's here.
I remember one time me and Nathan wanted to quit smoking pot, and we were at Nathan McIntyre's house, and we were way out in the spot.
Yeah, they did live way out there,
So
man.
we were like, dude, we're not smoking. We're leaving.
Yeah.
And we walked all the way to Church Street.
Wow. That's
That's where I live.
that's midtown.
So we walked from like, you remember where Nathan lived, like Sawmill,
Yeah.
all the way.
That's a grip.
Dude, it was raining. It was cold. Like, me and him argued the whole fucking way, and then we get there and we smoke. And I'm like, dude, this
We
is
did
not
all.
worth it.
That was like a journey, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Shout out to man. I miss him, dude. He was so funny. We had the greatest time together. I mean, I remember just like, just small things, you know, that just meant so much. So it was sad to see it all go down, and it was sad to see it. I felt like I was a shell of a person watching his truck come out the water. And I think everybody there was. He had so many personal relationships.
And what's crazy is like, man, it might have been like a week or two. We were at a Christmas party, and we were talking about putting his son in Mamba hoops.
Yeah.
Because he was like, man, I see what you and Chad are doing. You know, y'all are doing great things, yada yada. Like, what age group do you start? I was like, in 6th, but if you know they're on par and they're a little bit younger, if they can compete at a 6th grade level, if they're younger, then we'll bring them in.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple cases that you know we let do that.
Yeah.
And just literally that same night, leave the Christmas party, go over to a buddy of his house, go to a buddy of his house, and I followed him over there, and I mean that was last night, man, and I think it might have been a week later, man.
It's crazy, dude.
A week or two maybe.
Hey, I can't remember exactly what.
It wasn't too far after Christmas.
I've had some really good friendships form from Nathan though.
Yeah,
Like
he was a people person, man.
Yeah, like Skylar Scott, dude, I love him to death. Josh Trahan, I love him to death. You know, and I can tell they love me back.
Yeah.
You know, and that means a lot to me. So yeah, dude, I feel you on there, man. So we got to cherish when people are in our lives.
Yeah.
Don't take it for granted, especially the way we grew up. You know,
Mhm.
that could have very easily been me and you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? My mom's probably still mad at you for breaking her door.
When did
On
I-
that camper. Remember the little...
Oh, yeah, sure do.
She wanted to kill you.
Yeah, I know.
She still lives there.
Does she really?
Like, same mode. Yeah.
Door still broken? No,
Still broken.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Golly.
She's got duct tape on it, bro.
I owe her one, man.
Yeah, you already know her, dude. No, she's...
We gotta go pull up on Mom's.
Yeah. She's doing good, man. I didn't even tell her y'all were coming on. I just, I talk to her in the mornings, and that's pretty much the nature of it. I make sure that I text her every morning so she knows I'm good.
Yeah.
You know.
And I've got that relationship with my mother now.
I want to see her, man. I bet.
She's cool, dude.
Does she remember me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Did you tell her you were coming on here?
No, not yet.
Oh, she's in shit, dude. She's in shit just seeing us together.
My brother did, like I said, when I was taking the little snap with you and Chad.
Yeah.
My brother seen it, so I'm sure he'll go back and say, "Oh, Ronald's on a podcast with his old friend Mikey." Like,
dude, we figured out how this thing works too with y'all here. I was panicking before y'all got here.
oh man, never
I
panic.
was like, dude, this fucking shit. And then Chad's like, dude, there's a fucking microphone on your laptop. Press the button and it sounds better. At least I hope it does. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
But
It's a learn. It's just like we had to learn it. 2 years ago, roughly 3 years ago, dude. We didn't know exactly what we were doing. We just did it.
yeah,
And
man.
you're
Still learning.
yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna continue to get better, dude. I watched y'all from the beginning, so
It's fun, man. It's so much fun. You asked me if I want kids. Yeah, man. But I mean, God's blessed me with 30, 40 kids.
yeah. And maybe that's your calling.
Yeah.
You never know. But if you do want one and you want a good woman, you need to go for it.
Yeah, man.
You know, don't hold back from it. I mean, Sabrina.
What's the saying, Chad? We miss 100% of the shots we don't take.
Yeah.
So shoot your shot, man.
I took Sabrina to throw away her birth control pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like when she told me she was pregnant with excuse me, Dude, it was a job.
I bet.
But like, no, trying to get like with Malaya, it just seems like
It happened.
boom, she was pregnant. Zane, dude, it was like a schedule, bro. It was like we had to like do these things like all the time, and I'm just like, and then it wasn't bad, but a motherfucker gets tired, you know what I'm saying? So I was just
Yeah.
like, and she knew that I was like, holy shit, we didn't even work this hard for Malaya,
Right.
you know. And then I just remember going to like Taco Bell, coming back home. There was a little blue bag sitting on my chair,
Oh shoot.
and I thought she got me a gift because she does that. She just gets me random shit. Sometimes it means a lot, or gets me a card. I can't tell you how many times she hasn't put a note in my lunch
Yeah.
since we got together. You know,
That's cool, man.
It's yeah, dude. I plan on doing something with most of them one day, but yeah, man. Like I just remembered there was blue socks in this little blue bag, and I was just like, wait, what? You know, like oh, I'm so excited, dude. You know, and I always thought the name Zane was cool.
Yeah.
Like Zane Simmons, do you remember him?
I do.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He actually helped me out with some of the stuff, getting me prepared for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he doing his own kind of thing too?
Yeah, he has his own.
Really?
Yeah, he has his own. It's called Zane's World.
Zane's World.
Dude, and it's cool, man. I follow them, I share their stuff, and he does the same with me, and it's super cool, dude, to listen to him. And they have some pretty interesting stuff. I think his stuff is a lot more professional than mine. He's got better cameras than I do for sure.
Gotcha.
And he
You got
told-
everything you need though, man.
Yeah, well,
It'll
I wanna
grow.
Get the cameras that like whenever you talk, it picks you up.
Yeah.
When it talks to
Oh yeah.
yeah, and he has that. And
That's awesome.
It's super cool. I think that they're going to be very successful. So, you know, hopefully me and him get on each other. But anyway, Zane, that's what I always thought.
As y'all should, man. I mean, if you continue to do this, I think that's what Joe and them did.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
But I love his name. I always loved his name.
yeah.
So, but I named my son Zane, and I spelled it with an X. So like I said, I'm gonna drop this. I'll probably drop it tomorrow.
That's cool. Hey man, take your
I'll
time.
drop it. But anyways, I don't even remember where it was. But yeah, sorry for having to cut, man. But
All good, bro.
anyways, dude, yeah, man, I'm proud of you, bro. I know you feel the same.
Yeah, dude.
That I'm excited to have you guys here. I'm excited to have y'all on.
Yeah, man. I'm always excited, dude.
I can't wait to get the shirt so I can rep it.
Yeah, we got some merch coming
I
soon,
want a
man.
hat, dude. Hat right there.
Yeah, I've told him that I would like to get hats, like, cause I'm a big fan of the what is it, Richardson's?
that right
Is
there.
that who is this? Yeah. Yep.
That's the last one I had, dude.
Those are my favorite hats to wear.
Yeah.
Any company that has
You
hats.
gotta embrace that you have hair still. Yeah, dude, we're doing good.
Yep.
You know, as much as we stress, I don't know how it's there.
Man, I like to say I'm too blessed to stress, man.
We really are, dude. Just back in 2017, just to note where we was then. Nobody.
And it's such a short amount of time too.
Nobody really knows.
Yep.
Those times, it was me and you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
you know, so and
Rocking same clothes,
Yeah.
borrowing clothes.
dude,
Like, yeah.
it was scary, man.
Yeah.
We could have easily just ended up in prison, or you know, if we just continued to go down that path. So
Definitely.
I think we needed to separate for a second just to figure ourselves out.
Yeah.
I think we were just so depressed and depleted. You know, I thought we felt like the world had given up on us when really we had given up on the world.
Yeah, we gave up on ourselves.
Yeah.
We're
Everything.
so being able to fight back and bounce back from that says a lot about our character. Because another thing, like I tell the kids all the time, it's like you're going to face adversity,
Yeah.
but it's what a man does while facing adversity that tells you who you really are.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
For sure, that's a bold statement, man. Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, it's not about where you're at, it's where you're going. So that was a scary time, but I don't think had both of us been in each other's lives at that time,
Yeah.
even though we were doing so bad. And I don't want to make it sound like we were doing fucking terrible, but I mean, we were close to that.
It wasn't great.
But if we wouldn't have had each other, I don't know what end of the spectrum we
Yeah,
were
man.
today.
Everybody, everyone is a part of each other's life for a reason, man.
Yeah,
It all has purpose.
We were there for each other.
Yep.
That's for sure. You know, it was
Through
it was
thick and thin, man.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And we've been like that since we was kids. I remember when we had the hair. You remember that, Chad? The fucking long hair.
Long hair, man.
thought we were like-
I had the mullet. I had the Texas tailgate rocking, man.
You had a mullet too?
Yeah, dude. My stuff, my hair grows quick in the back. So everything up front will stay short, but my hair will grow super thick in the back, and it starts curling.
Yeah, dude, I can't remember the last time I grew my hair out. I did shave my beard not too long ago, and like I thought it was gonna take forever to grow back, and it just fucking grew back overnight. It seems
Yeah,
like.
it grew like the facial hair. I just started getting like the whole little goatee in like the past 4 years. It's really started growing
It
in.
makes you happy, dude. It makes you feel like you did something with your life.
Man's got a beard now. He was a man. He had a beard.
People see me, they're like, they never expected me to have a beard because I was always so baby faced, and I think you were too, you know.
Well, I always had a mustache in like 6th grade, and I got made fun of it, so I always shaved it.
It was me, you, and Alan Nelson.
Yep.
We had mustaches.
Yep.
All 3 of us had mustaches in like 7th grade, dude.
It's funny.
I remember this guy in,
And the soul patch. The soul patch was always there.
yeah, I had a friend from Indiana. When I moved up, that's whenever I figured out that it was weird that I had a mustache in 8th grade. And this guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he turned out to not like women. And like today, he don't like women. But
Okay.
back then, there were signs.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he shaved my mustache.
Oh,
So it all makes sense.
got waxed.
Yeah. I think about it now. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's okay though.
Yeah, man.
Love who you love. But anyways, dude, this has been so much fun, man. The 2nd episode, dude. And there's
Thanks for having us on, dude. That's awesome, man. And we're very appreciative of you letting us on your platform, and I hope the best for you, man. I keep grinding. Like you have a really nice platform, and just keep your head on a swivel, man, and keep pushing to what you're working for, man.
Definitely will, man. I love you, dude.
Love you too.
What's up, Chad? You press start recording? Yeah. All right, what's up, Chad?
How's it going, sir?
How you been?
Been good.
Damn, dude. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Don't get nervous. We're just on camera.
I'm good, man.
All right.
I'm good.
So anyways,
This ain't my first rodeo. Man, dude, just been basketball. A lot of basketball.
Yeah. If I could ever think about basketball, you come to mind.
That's my goal, dude. Like, I've been, dude, I've been around this game for a long time now, and I mean, you remember me in high school? I was always in the gym. I was always in the gym, breaking in the gym, you know, and getting kicked out of the gym. But yeah, man, like it's been really fun. I've been doing this for a hot minute, but like it seems that God's taking me to my trajectory. Like everything's falling into place, everything is going in, and eventually, like I will be on the sidelines at a school. So, and then I'm gonna keep going with Mamba as well.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for you. I've never not had faith in you with basketball for sure. So I'm excited to see what
It's been a long ride.
So how did Mamba come about? I love the name. It's represent Kobe.
Well, yeah. So, like, at first, me and Ron, we started off. He came back into town, and he started off in Little Dribblers, and I've been doing Little Dribblers since I was 18.
Yeah.
I've been coaching ever since I graduated, and then he started with his team, and he had one of my former players on there, Ronald Aguilera, and this kid's cold, but he's a very moody kid. He likes to be coached a certain way, and so Ron came in, started coaching. It was his first year coaching, and I just took him underneath my wing, helped him out. We ran joint practices together, and then we decided that we were going to do AAU. So we linked up with Southeast Texas Hoops, and we ended up coaching Southeast Texas. And man, I'm going to tell you right now, that was one of my funnest years.
Really?
Yeah. Like we got some kids from Nederland that year, and Coach English is in Nederland too.
Yeah.
So we're over here coaching these kids, and like, man, they are dogs.
Really?
Like, oh, dude, it was completely night and day difference. There's a kid named Jordan out of Nederland, and I'm telling you right now, this kid's he's gonna be he's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster, and he loves the game.
Yeah.
Loves the game. Love coaching him. He picks up the game very quickly, and then on top of that, like he's a very good team player.
Really?
There's one other kid, Zeus. This kid was 6th grade? 6th grade when we got him? 7th grade? Yeah, so 6th or 7th grade. This kid's already 6'2", 220. He's ranked in football, over there in Nederland and everything. And this is a man. I'm not even joking. Like I ran against him in practice because he was bullying other kids. Like we couldn't. No other kid on the team could stop him in the paint. And I told him one day at practice, I was like, "All right, go at me. Like, go at me like a man."
Yeah.
He did. He did, man.
Did it wear you out?
Oh, no, I mean, I pushed him a little bit, but yeah, he ran down court one time, bumped me, and I was like, oh, okay, oh yeah, this is a man right here. So I kept pushing him like that, and dude, those two right there, those were two of the funnest kids to coach, and they really like opened me up to the AAU atmosphere. On there, because mostly I've been doing little dribblers, or I've been working with Vider on the summer leagues, or I've been working with, any of the other kids around there. And really and truly, after the Southeast Texas hoop season, me and Ron were sitting in my garage one day, and like we're sitting there talking, and I've always wanted to run my own program. Like I've always wanted to be a part of a program and run it and everything, be a head coach. And we're sitting here talking, and we're thinking, like, why can't we just do it on our own? Like, why can't we just go ahead and start it? Because Vider don't have anything. Vider don't have anything full-time with basketball. It's mostly a football and baseball town. And then all the kids go to different cities to train and everything. We don't have anything here that we have. So I started off, thinking about what we wanted to do. And I think the first name that we came up with was like Jungle Gym or something like that. And we're sitting here, throwing back and forth names and stuff. And then my youngest son, he's a big Kobe fan.
Really?
Like, oh yeah,
I was gonna ask about that.
he's a big time Kobe fan. And so I wanted something obviously, tied with my kids, tied with my family and everything. And so we ended up, and I knew that Kobe had the Mamba Hoop Sports Academy. We started, and I love the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
I love everything it stands for. Kobe was an idol of mine, watching up and, growing up and watching him play. He was basically Jordan 2.0 to me. And so with him being my son's, favorite, I decided, okay, let's go Mamba Hoops. Have our own little thing. And so we decided we were going to start it like that. And I wanted to do it in a nonprofit way. We can do it from an LLC standpoint, or we could do it from a for-profit standpoint. But as I thought, if we're doing like a nonprofit, we don't have to just focus on basketball. Yeah. We can focus on other things that we can help other charities, all this other stuff with it. So that's something that I really wanted to do. Little Dribblers is a nonprofit, and while they mainly focus on basketball and everything, I wanted to, in case, let's do toy drives for kids. Yeah. Let's make sure that we, get more people involved. And so we ended up deciding to start as a nonprofit, and we started off with 2 kids. Just 2 kids, Xander Lindsay and Colin Webb, man. And I'll never forget those training nights with them. Like, really and truly, those kids came in, hustled, worked on everything, trusted us to train them. Xander's one of the top 3-point shooters to come out of Vider in recent history. Really? And the kid was cold. Yeah. Yeah, he was cold. You couldn't leave him open. you couldn't leave him open.
So how many do you have now? How many people?
It's fluctuated. We've had as many as like 40, and then with different sports and everything coming on, we probably have about 20 to 25 right now.
That's a good number.
Yeah. And it's sustainable right now. Like, we're really trying to sustain it. It's not just a Vider thing. We want to get other kids in Southeast Texas to come in here and do it. Obviously with us being in Vider, our market's going to be more so in Vider, but we really don't want to just focus only on Vider. We want to bring everybody in together. We had some kids from Coons, some older kids from Coons. They had already graduated and everything. And we brought them in to work with our older group. And so that was a fun time for us, because we're bringing in other kids from different cities. We're bringing in different competition to come in here and face with them and everything. And it pushed our older group to get better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I don't, you remember any of the open gyms or anything like that at the high school? Dude, I got my ass kicked. Like, when I was younger, that's how I got better.
Yeah.
I never wanted to face anybody my skill level. I hated when a white dude D'd me up. I did. I hated when a white dude D'd me up. Like, I want to be pushed, and got my ass kicked. You know, whenever I was going in open gyms against older kids, and I figured that's how you got to learn.
Yeah.
That's how you got to get better. You go against the best competition possible. So that was fun. We, you know, bringing that in, but also, man, there was one moment where I'm sitting here having a conversation with older group and the younger group, guys from Coons are on the sidelines, and I'm sitting here talking to them and bringing everybody in, talking about, like, look, I want you to push yourselves. I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to be the best possible basketball player on and off the court. Doesn't matter if you're from Vidor or Coons. I want the same thing for these Coons boys. And, dude, after that moment, like, the whole little speech, everybody just got brought into the middle. Yeah. We're breaking it out. And they're just all like, it just locked in a massive practice. It was fun. It was really fun. Dude, I enjoy it. I really do. Like, I love it. There's not much things that I would rather do in life than be around the game. You know, I keep telling my kids all the time, you know, whenever I was 9 years old, I'm sitting here praying to God, like, you know, God, please give me a scholarship. Obviously, that didn't happen. But I was close. But I decided to have a kid. So, you know, well, decisions. That's okay. Decision.
Yeah, man, he's turned into a good little man.
Oh, he's way better than what I was.
How old is he now?
He's 14.
That's when you met me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not to throw you on the bus, but dude, I used to skip school. You'd let me for sure. Remember you could pick me up from school?
All the time. All the time, yeah. All the time. And yeah, I mean, like, so one thing I think about, like, especially at this age, I wanted to get my kids involved into something, you know, community based. And I do want to push to my kids, is all my players and my kids, like, we are a nonprofit organization. We are supported by the community. We are supported by people who donate to us. Yeah. And you need to give back. Like, you don't need to just take advantage of somebody paying for your food or paying for your tournaments or anything like that. Like, you go out there and give back. So when we do fundraisers or when we do anything like that, like, I very much push, okay, you're serving the community because they serve you. And that is something I'm very big into, especially with the nonprofit thing. We already know how hard it is in this world anyways. Oh, you know, you got, and like, we've kind of pushed away from the whole community type thing. Everything's individualism, everything, especially in basketball too. Like, basketball, it's all one-on-one, you know, who has the most points, who has the most. I don't teach that. No, rebounds count, assists count, being a good teammate counts, all that stuff. And you actually being a good teammate is going to correlate into you in society. Yeah. You know, your teammate falls down. I mean, hell, you got a family. Yeah. You know, your girl, everything like that. Your teammate falls down, you pick them back up. Yeah. You know, it's the same exact correlation. And not a lot of things are taught to young men, I believe, that way today. And that's something that was definitely taught to me subliminally, you know, by my coaches and everything. Shout out to Coach English. The GOAT of Southeast Texas, in my opinion. And just, I'm giving back to the people who helped me, who helped push me to be the type of individual that I am. I'm not a perfect individual by far, but I'm going to sit here and try to give back to the game that helped me save my life. And then I'm also going to help give back to the people that push me. Yeah. And everything. And so that's something I'm very serious about. And I think, you know, we started off, like I said, with 2 kids. It was rocky at first and everything. And I've thrown a lot of money, a lot of my own personal money to keep the lights on with it. And I still do. But that's me with my version of being philanthropic with what I want to do. Like, I want to give back to my kids. I want to give back to my community on that. And I'm cool with throwing my money into, all these kids and everything, because this is an experience they ain't ever gonna have again.
Yeah,
Especially in a town that we don't have anything.
very true. I agree with that. I can't agree more. I mean, the kids aren't taught anything
No.
anymore. It's just my son's already, dependent on electronics, and I hate it. But I think that we've just gotten to a point where it's so far gone that
Oh yeah.
there's no turning back, and it started with us. I mean, I remember being no phones and then phones. So
Flip phones.
yeah,
Yeah. Little T9.
yeah, T9.
Sitting there texting.
So
I can still do it.
yeah, I know. And honestly, I thought about going back to having a flip phone because I don't want to be part of that, knowing everything right offhand. It's almost dangerous to me. I mean, and I think we're getting to a point now where AI is, it's going to form a life of its own. I mean,
Yeah.
you can buy a Samsung TV right now that you can't even see. It's transparent. As long as you have Samsung products in your house, you run your whole house with it,
Really.
which is very dangerous for me. I mean,
It's-
we've already for the longest time been mentally sharper than every other species in the world.
yeah.
Stronger? No. A lot of animals are a lot stronger than us, but we've been smarter, right? So
Well-
now we're not smarter anymore.
Well, yeah. No, not really.
So now that
I mean, we are, but really.
they can tell you everything on a dime.
I will say this: like the electronics have made us lazier and everything, and I see it with my players. I see it even sometimes with my kids. Thank God my kids are getting old enough, and they've been around me full time to where they're like, okay, Dad doesn't sit on electronics 24/7.
Yeah.
We're always doing something. Yes, I keep them very busy with basketball and stuff, and I want to keep them, with their friends and being sociable and everything.
Yeah.
But as a young man, you already know an idle mind is the worst, your worst enemy on there, and it does make you lazy, and it makes you very idled. And if you don't have a goal, if you don't have something to look forward to, if you don't have aspirations and everything, by the time you get older, dude, you're lost. As a kid, you don't have any responsibility. You're sitting here thinking like, okay, life's easy. And then you go out there and you realize, oh, damn, I'm about to get my ass kicked by life.
No, well, you got these kids now. They're influencers. They just, dude, they could rent a car for the day.
Yeah.
And act like it's theirs, and I think that's part of what's wrong.
But they believe that.
It's a false sense of reality.
Yeah, but I have so many kids, that TikTok, worst thing in the world. And they'll come up to me and say, "Hey, Coach, where'd you see it?" No, I did not see this TikTok. And then they'll tell me, "Oh, this is true, and I'm sitting here asking, like, who told you this? Who? TikTok? That's not true, bro. That's not true at all. And that's just how they believe now. And I have to teach my kids. Okay, you need to look at verified sources. You need to do your own research. You need to make sure that you are double checking. Don't believe the first thing you hear.
No shit.
Yeah, even for me. Look, if you don't believe me, don't believe the first thing you hear.
I didn't believe Trump got shot. I thought it was AI.
I didn't either.
I was like, dude, he got up. I mean, that didn't work.
Yeah.
They indicted the man. I mean, I knew that was going to happen.
Oh,
They
God.
tried to impeach the man. I seen that coming. I mean, what else are they going to do?
Oh, dude,
I hate to fall into a conspiracy. But
I feel like everything going on is just one big wild movie.
yeah, we're just in the middle.
We're just in the middle of the script. Middle of the script, and
just rotating.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, dude, I mean, it's good to see you just doing what you love and continue to do what you love. But you've always been, very supportive of people, period. I mean, I can
Oh, yeah.
remember just going through the roughest time of my life when my grandma died and you were there for me.
Yeah.
So
You called me whenever Eric died. You were one of the first ones that called me whenever Eric died. And I mean, I remember that conversation too, and that's what I'm talking about, like giving back to the people. When I'm younger and everything, I wasn't really thinking about it this way.
No.
I wasn't ever really thinking about how significant relationships with people will really give you the trajectory on your life.
It will.
Whether it be positive or negative influences. I mean, you're always going to have people in there that, you cool with them at first and you are the greatest friends, but then you start going down different paths and you realize, like, I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah.
Or y'all are going down good paths and y'all do it together. But that type of stuff, when your grandma died, I remember, you hit it hard.
Yeah.
Like it hit you hard.
It was catastrophic.
Yeah. And the same way when my grandma died. Like that's a completely different thing. It's like when you're young and you finally get that first taste of death, you finally get that realization like, oh, nobody's going to be here forever. You don't know how to deal with it.
No, you don't.
And that is one thing, like through basketball, like I'm trying to teach my kids the resiliency to at least be able to cope with that conflict on there. And I tell them all the time, like, you're going to have bad games. You're going to have bad days.
Yeah.
And, you got to learn to push through those bad games. You don't quit till the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter buzzer goes off, that's life. That's the end of your life. That's good. But you keep pushing on that. And that's a heavy message that I push with my players because subliminally my coaches pushed that on me. And I didn't realize that I was able to cope with certain things like death, catastrophic, people leave all the time and you don't even know why. And
well, we're like wired to be sad these days. I mean, so many people are just so depressed because they stay on their phone. And I'm guilty, dude. My legs have went to sleep a couple times taking a shit, watching TikTok. But, I got bruises on my knees from sitting on,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guilty of it too, dude. But at the same time, I never failed to stop building relationships with people, period. I give all of my success in every part of life due to me taking a sacrifice of just giving somebody a chance.
absolutely.
To be my friend, and I'm at a point now, I'm not as social as I used to be, believe it or not. And
You were quite the social butterfly back in the day.
well, I'm tired of losing people. Just being honest with you.
Yeah.
My aunt, she called me from Indiana the other day after Nathan died. And she was like, and she didn't know Nathan, but obviously she knows everybody that was a part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's go back to not having contact with people through Facebook and shit like that. I had to call you guys, Ron and you.
Yep.
When I moved to Indiana, I had to hit you up. I mean, I couldn't just message you on. I think AIM had just started to take off or whatever. AOL,
Oh, God.
Messenger. I think dial-up was still.
Hey,
But
hey,
I just got tired of it. My aunt called me. She's like, "I'm so worried about you,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Why?" She's like, "You've lost more people in a year than I've lost in my whole life."
bro. And the sad thing is like, as you get older, it just happens quicker.
Yeah.
Everything happens quicker. It just all runs in
They
together.
say it comes in threes, and then like the third one happens, and it starts all the way the fuck over.
Yeah.
I'm just-
I mean, like right now, and I don't mean to get sentimental on this, but like, my grandpa, I'm watching him at his old age.
Yeah.
He's deteriorating right here in front of my eyes, and it's sad because that dude's like a father figure to me. This dude helped raise me, and this dude helped turn me into the man that I am today. And like you're talking about losing people, I got to come with the reality that I'm going to lose him, but is that going to stop me?
No.
I can't. Yeah.
Well, you got to be tough, dude. You got to have people around you too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do it alone.
I tell my kids all the time, man, it's about your team. And like with me and Ron, we've known each other. That's my little brother. And I've known him, since freshman year? Seventh grade? Yeah, seventh grade or something like that. Yeah. And I was coaching him in little dribblers. And, even to this day, I taught him how to do a drop step. I taught him how to, be a post as a very short guard. But I told him even then, I was like, man, you got to have an all around game if you want to go out there and be good. You can't just have you can't just be out on the 3-point line and have guard abilities. And so you got to be in and out. And so I've seen him, watched him exploit that against smaller guards.
Yeah.
And that's something, that's a relationship. That's fun whenever you go in there, you have a relationship with somebody and you never know what's going to happen. I've known him since 7th grade. He moved off for a little while, came back, we linked up. Now we're starting this.
Yeah.
And you just never know who you're going to distance from a little bit and then come back. God puts souls in your life for a reason.
Yeah,
and sometimes they stray away for a little bit, sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
And you got to cherish those relationships. You got to cherish your team. And when you have a team, just like what we were talking about, like we were smart. How do we get better? We came together and formed an alliance together, civilizations together to be more powerful. That's your team.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a strong team, bro, you can take over anything.
You can. That's what Joey Diaz said that? He said you just need 3.
Yeah, you just need 3 motherfuckers. And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You just need 3 motherfuckers. But you may just only need 2.
Yeah.
But if you got 2, 3 people with that mindset of like, I ain't quitting, I ain't giving up. And I'm not going to even lie to you. Like, there's been times throughout the past 3 years that I've really wanted to quit. This year, I have got my ass kicked more than I've ever lost in my life in AAU. Oh, dude, horrible. I have never lost this much in my life, even when I sucked.
That's with Mamba?
That's with Mamba. And I mean, I'm coming, my kid, I'm driving home as silent. I'm silent. I'm angry. Dude, I'm angry. I'm too competitive.
Listening to like a Dell song?
Yeah, no, it's silent. Silent. Kids got their headphones on. They're like, I ain't talking to Coach Ford. I ain't talking to Coach Ford at all. Some kids like, Coach, are you mad? Stop asking stupid questions. Don't ask dumb questions.
So does your son play for Mamba too?
Yeah.
To kind of help out with everything?
Yeah, I've mostly been focusing with him on the training thing.
Yeah.
He did the AAU. He got injured this season for a little bit. Thankfully, it was nothing serious. But after that, I was like, okay, dude, we're getting our ass kicked. I'm not going to sit here and run the risk of injury for this year. You're going into high school next year. Let's just focus on the training. Yeah. But like the other kids, we lost a lot this year. And so I'm sitting here questioning myself as a coach. I'm questioning myself, am I really that good? And I'm like, why can I not get these kids to win? And the funny thing is, I'm sitting here, in my head about, thinking all this negative stuff. And I got all these kids asking me, hey, can we do a workout tomorrow? Hey, hey coach, what do I need to work on? What do I need this? And so like, just as much as that's my team, man, that's the ones that keep me going. They don't realize it. They don't realize that their little 12-year-old asses are, actually pushing me to get better. And even though that I'm sitting here having a bad game, a bad day, whatever it is, I can't quit because they ain't quitting.
Well, the fact that you're upset about it shows your passion in it. So,
oh, you have no idea. You should see me on sidelines.
I'm taking many losses too, and it's built me stronger.
That's when you learn the most.
You can cancel me, I'm just gonna come back bigger.
Yeah.
Every single time. I've had some people doubt me in life.
Oh, dude.
And when they see me today, they're just like, oh, I'm so proud of you.
Man, it's so funny you say that because, like, I actually had a conversation with a dude. He ended up, and I tell this story to my kids. When I was in 7th grade, I sucked. You didn't see me, but I sucked. Shot two-handed, just shot like that. It was so bad. So bad. Nobody had taught me. I'd only been through little dribblers in the camp and stuff. So I didn't make my 7th grade team. And I remember vividly, man, this kid named Scott, he would always make fun of me and everything on there whenever I was there. And I was like, all right, cool, I got you. Like, I remember it to this day. It's psycho. I was just like, no, I got you. Yeah. And you know how they used to have the outside courts on the junior high? Oh, yeah. Every day. Every day I'm going out there shooting. Every day I'm going out there playing. Every day I'm going out there working. And I go in and we try out for the 8th grade team next year, and I end up making the starting B team. And I never lost my starting position except for one time after that, and I got it back in 2 weeks. But I ended up making it over the kid, Scott, at that time. Oh, yeah. And I remember him saying at that time, like, how the hell did Chad Ford make this team over me? I was like, bro, I worked. But
I don't even like Scott now.
No. But the funny thing was, though, kids, they talk shit, man. Everybody talks shit, and I took it personally because I was just that competitive. Yeah. And I ended up talking to him. Like, he ended up calling me a few months ago, asking me for training for his kid. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott, I like you. No. But I ended up telling him, I'm like, bro, look, I have to thank you. Like, I really did. Like, I thanked him and everything. I told him, I was like, bro, you don't realize the monster you created. Like, he's like, what are you talking about? So I told him the whole story. I'm sitting there talking to him and his wife, telling the whole story. I even saw him in the barbershop today and told him about, like, hey, bring your kid in. Like, we have certain openings and everything. I ain't gonna hold it, girls. That was 7th grade. Yeah. And some people do. Yeah, but sure. Dude, I see it all the time. But that right there, that just my competitive spirit with that, me wanting to push myself, I need that. I need somebody to sit here and light that fire underneath me sometimes. Sometimes it's the kids. Sometimes it's just me thinking like, okay, I'm going to push it.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't really ever know who's influencing you or not. I remember you coming to pick me up, and every time I got like a new vehicle or something when I was younger, and I just admired that, because I didn't have it, obviously. I was young, and I never thought I would. So it was just like, for you to come pick me up, I think you were a senior, I think I was a freshman, you was my buddy, dude, and you had my back. So when you come pick me up, you didn't realize what you were doing with me.
You don't. And that's what I tell these kids too, is like, you really don't understand, like, the team that you have, the people, because whenever they sit here and talk trash to each other, I'm telling you, like, dude, you're tearing your chemistry. You're tearing up your chemistry. You're tearing up your people. And you really never know who you're going to be with at some point in time. And that I don't like the individualism. I don't like, everybody going 1v1. Oh, I'm better. I'm him. This, and this. Bro, there's levels to this.
Yeah.
There's levels to this. And you a kid from Viter. You not on that level yet.
Yeah.
But I still want to teach them to be a leader, because at some point in time, we mostly coach, young boys and everything. They're going to be men.
Yeah.
They're going to have to learn to be a leader. At some point in time, you're going to have to learn to be a leader. Military taught me how to be a leader. My coaches taught me how to be a leader. I got to teach these young dudes how to be a leader, because society ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Society's telling them, be soft. That don't cut.
Now you have somebody you look up.
Do what?
I bet you even now you have somebody that's guiding you, and he don't even know it.
Oh yeah, I'm a Coach English, dude. I mean, legit. Like last year, I have been starting to really pay attention to that. The more that I've been doing this, and especially with some of the kids that have reached out to me over the years, telling me some of the things that I've done for them, the motivation, like that obviously lights a fire underneath my ass, because I'm like, oh, I'm doing something that really is my purpose.
Gives you some sort of gratification.
I mean, yeah.
It's instant, right?
Oh, well, yeah. And I mean, at the time, I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just teaching a kid. I'm just teaching a kid how to play the game. Am I the end all be all? Am I the best trainer in the world? Am I the best coach in the world? No. My goal is to be the best, though.
Yeah.
My goal is to be the best trainer. I got it on my vision board.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the best coach in state Texas. I don't even know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
But
that's okay, dude. You got to have them goals.
Yeah. And I mean, that's something I look at every.
Like, I know you said, like, that, even you might not get the head coach spot or whatever, but you got to start levels.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just immediately jump in it. I mean, that's like doing this, right? I mean, just as simple as the sign right here, right? This is like the primary sign right now.
I mean,
there's a secondary one on the way from Mississippi right now. So it's like, and it's way better than this. And everything starts small, and everything that you do comes with a sacrifice at the beginning. Everything that I ever did in life that's made me successful came with a huge ass sacrifice.
Absolutely.
That fucking sucked.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've taken so many losses for the game, and I do it, and I don't even realize it sometimes when I'm doing it.
You don't realize it at the time, and then a lot of times I think you start to have questions like, am I really supposed to be doing this? Am I, is this really going to be the best outcome?
Don't waste time.
Yeah, you don't want to waste time with it. But man, if this is something that truly inspires you, if it truly makes you happy, I mean, ain't no amount of money in the world that can compensate for that. I'm not even making money with Mamba. I'm trying to just keep the lights on, and I'm still like I said, I'm still throwing my money, but like I'm cool with it.
Well, I wanted to shed some light on it because, I mean, parents are going to watch this.
Yeah.
And then they might be like, hey, I'm going to put my kid in it.
Hey.
But you're not just teaching a sport, you're teaching them how to be a young man.
Yeah.
And that's important.
I think that's one of the most important jobs.
Look at the divorce rate, dude. Some of these kids don't even have their dads. And I can only imagine there's probably a percentage that don't in your group already.
We have a lot of kids that, are financially strapped. We've had kids that can't really afford, and we only charge $65 a month for our little lessons outside of, individual training and everything. Individual training is a little bit different, but it's only like $20-$25 for that.
Yeah.
But even still, we're trying to make it affordable for everybody, but we still got some kids that can't. Yeah. Some kids that they're living with grandma. They have a single mom that's got 2 jobs. They got a single dad that's that's working shift work, whatever it is. And I don't care about money.
Yeah.
Like, God's blessed me enough. I don't care about money. Like, if this kid wants an opportunity, he wants to come in and work, let's work. And the money will follow. At some point in time, the money will follow. And I want to, and I think as far as like showing them how to be young men, that is one of the biggest teachers that basketball can teach you.
Yeah, for sure.
On there. Because, like you said, sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice for your teammates. Do you want 20 points a game, or do you want to win? How about 15 points and 10 assists? How about getting rebounds for your team? Like, I need you to rebound. How about being that teammate when your teammate falls, you picking them up? It's already inspired him. He's got an and one. It's already inspired him. Now he knows his teammates got his back. And, it's a chemistry thing. And when you see a team like that, especially like my young group right now, they're actually starting to click. They're actually starting to get it. They're working together. They're talking. They're high-fiving each other. They weren't doing that when we first started. They were just going at each other talking trash. And, and that's a part of being a man, too. Like, if you talk trash enough to a dude, you better learn to get checked. Like, you're going to get checked at some point.
For sure.
But if you learn how to become a teammate, bro, y'all are unstoppable.
You know what's valuable, and I don't know if you thought about this, that they're not just from, Orange County, Mid-County, and wherever kind of they come from. They may play each other in high school.
Yeah.
And they're already going to have that chemistry to, like, help each other up and meet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, and I try to teach them to learn other players' tendencies, like to look at other players' tendencies, to learn how to scout, so that they can start picking up on not only on their game but other kids' game, and then be better overall on that.
Yeah. Basketball's so crazy to me when it comes to a season. It seems like it don't take no time for a basketball season to start back up.
It's year round pretty much.
I'm watching the summer league right now with Ronnie. I'm like, dude, I hope this guy gets it together. But
man,
he's good last
he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an athlete.
Can you imagine though trying to live up to that name though? But he said something the other day. I guess his dad. He said he wants to prove it on its own. He don't want to live off of his dad's legacy. He wants to have his own.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard for him to have his own little route, because everybody's going to say, just like Michael Jordan's kids, whatever, any NBA players' kids.
Except for D-Wade's, geez, them kids look like they're about to freaking dunk on me. I mean,
who's?
D-Wade, have you seen his kids?
One of his kids is in the league, isn't it?
Yeah, one of his kids, and he's good. Yeah,
he's good. Is it Zaire?
I can't remember.
I want to say it's Zaire. He's really good.
Yeah, he's good. I was like, wow. And I was a huge D-Wade fan.
And I don't know if he's on a roster right now, but like, if you've like, I played G League players, I played overseas players, I played former NBA players, and I'm telling you right now, dude, like, even if you're in the G League, even if you're overseas, bruh, it's a different level.
Oh, I believe it.
There was one. Do you remember when the Southeast Texas Mustangs were here? It was like a CBA team, and I was like 19 at the time. Hey, I just turned 19, and I was trying out for the team, and they were, I don't know, they had an open tryout that we were doing. Came in, I was the only white boy. I was the only white boy, and go in there, and there was. They ended up scrimmaging. I scored 9. I scored 3 threes back to back, and so then they started D'ing me up and everything, because they wasn't having that. They wasn't having that. But like, I ended up guarding this one guy. He was like 6'8". He was from Lamar, and dude. Dude, you remember me at 19. It was not this.
No.
It was not smaller than you, way smaller than you, and trying to go against this dude who's 6'8", 230, threw me around like a rag doll, son. I had no chance, no chance. And him and another dude from Lamar ended up making the team, so I wasn't even close on that level. But that's like the level of playing against talent like that. Like, these are just overseas players.
Yeah.
They're not really looked at as top tier players, but dude, they're cold.
Yeah.
Like, they're real cold. And then when I was in the military, I faced a couple guys in the G League. My captain was played for the Spurs and the Nuggets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was pretty cold.
So he played for the Spurs and then went to the military?
He played for the Air Force Academy.
Yeah.
And then And then I want to say he made the team on the Spurs and the Nuggets, but he was a role player. He wasn't an all-star or anything like that. But he's still cold.
Yeah.
Like he still burned me. I think he's like 40 something right now. He still burned me.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, dude. If you make it there, you're good.
You're good.
Then I'm just gonna let you in.
He never missed, and I'll never forget. Like that's one dude right there. His name is Antoine Hood. Great dude, great guy, great leader. He taught me, he taught me a lot on a leadership level. And then I remember one day we were out there playing basketball, and I was trying to get picked up. And of course they were like, I don't know if I want a white boy on the team, whatever, like that. And he was like, no, he can hoop, like he can play. And so he vouched for me to get on the court with him. And I'll never forget that. Like that was something really fun for me. So like, cause I was 21 at the time. And I was just coming back from my injury that I tore my meniscus and everything. And so coming back after my injury, we're trying to hoop and everything, and having an ex-NBA player is like, no, Ford can play. Like Ford, okay, yeah, I like that. So that story is always going to resonate with me, and that is something that I want my players to be able to like, hey, I had an ex-NBA player, played against them, whatever, and I can hold my own.
Yeah. No, I believe it, dude. I've always thought you were cold. I don't remember a time when he wasn't.
No, trust me.
MySpace photo was you shooting a basketball. I remember back in the day.
My background photo on my phone is whenever we won. My older group won a tournament last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Does your mom still live off of that road? Was it Butler?
No. She she lives right down the road, but we ended up selling that house.
Oh, did you? Man, I have a lot of memories there.
I actually own my grandpa's house now.
Really?
Yeah.
Over by it's close.
Yeah.
It's over there.
It's right there by the high school.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I mean, that's-
By the ag farm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, dude, I can't believe I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and like that's when I really started feeling old because like my grandma kept kids in there.
Yeah.
And then like as I'm coaching, I'm seeing the kids that she kept come through, and I'm like, oh, I'm the old guy now.
Does that pop up on your memories whenever I was sleeping?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I swear to God. Like, yeah.
I think that was my first photo to ever publish or something because it
Dude,
goes up. It's
yeah,
so long.
and I remember getting roasted for it on there.
Yeah.
God.
He wasn't bullying me. I was asleep.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't take but one text, dude. I'd text you. I'd be in fifth period. I'm like, yo, dude. This ain't happening.
Yeah.
You come get me.
Will you come get me?
My grandma was like, I'm taking you to school.
I'll give you gas money. Can you come? Can you come drive me these places?
Yeah, dude, you took me everywhere. Yeah, I think you dropped me off at teen night a couple nights too.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I remember me and Ronald went to a teen night, and I won that mini chopper. You remember that? Yeah, dude,
I don't know about the mini chopper thing. I can't remember on that, but I do remember. God, dude, yeah, I was a taxi.
Yeah.
I was a taxi back in the day
Yeah.
with a Honda Civic.
Yeah, it was new though. It was when you bought the new one, or
So no, I bought that from my mom.
oh, okay.
I bought that from my mom, and the funny thing was, dude, that Civic went through so much hell.
Yeah.
Like, Eric ended up wrecking it.
Hell yeah, my best friend doesn't reckon.
Yeah, he jacked it that one night, stole it while I was asleep, and ended up wrecking it. And then we ended up getting it fixed and stuff, and then Jeremy ended up totaling it.
The villain?
Yeah.
Oh damn, dude. That's he's doing well.
Yes, he is.
Isn't it crazy? All of us that you thought was probably
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't far behind y'all. Y'all. I was probably, if you want to say, the better kid out of the group.
shoot some shots at motherfuckers to where they know that I need a brain. Is it recording?
Yep.
All right. Anyways, sorry, we had to take a bathroom break. So, where were we?
I'm really not even. I lost my train of thought on that.
Yeah. But no, I think you're on something special. Like I said, you've always been an amazing guy. You don't even know what you did for me when I was younger. And that, starting this, I'm making sure that those people don't go without knowing what they did for me.
Yeah.
I had a lot of downs before I had a lot of ups, for sure.
I mean, you had a rough upbringing, bro. I mean, like, we really and truly, I think that's one thing, like, me and you, we resonated with, because when we were younger, I mean, you already know back in the day, like, we pretty much did whatever we wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
Parents were working. We didn't know what we were doing. Like,
Just had me in therapy, hoping for the best.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, like, that woman, you know, tried her damnedest with you and all that stuff. So, like, you come in as a young guy and you really just, you're winging it.
Yeah.
You're winging everything, and you have all these influences around you, friends, all this other stuff. And like you said, you know, you don't really know how you affect people on that. And that's something that I learned later on. And I think that resonates more so with people now. They start to really realize, like, okay, you know, kind of like the golden rule, do unto others as you wanted them to do to you.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be that way. Like, you're obviously going to have shithead people.
For sure.
But if you continue to push out that positivity, if you continue to push out your message and what you truly believe in as a net positive, I think you get that back.
Yeah.
I think you get it back more so.
I think so too, man. And I don't ever count out like becoming friends with people that, you know, at this point, there's a lot of people right now that I never talked to in my life until a couple years ago, dude. They're big parts of my life.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Nash. I don't know if you know who he is.
Man, that sounds familiar.
He's a freaking cool dude, man. And he pushes me for fitness, right? I've been working out, dude. I mean, you never in a million years.
Yeah, you're doing jujitsu now, huh?
Yeah, I'm over at Mooney, but I don't get to go as much as I'd like to, and it's not a huge passion of mine, but it's fun. I love the camaraderie. I love the defense part of it. I love just sitting there and like
Jujitsu, hey man.
These guys are fucking monsters.
Oh yeah.
Like Marshall Mooney is cold, dude. Like when you look at him and you watch him, it's just incredible. And
Oh yeah.
I go into everything with like my brain like a new chapter, and so everything that
There's so much to learn in jujitsu. Like fighting in general, there's so much to learn.
There is, and it's hard. It's not
God.
easy, dude. You watch these guys on UFC, and they're like, "Oh man, I could have got out of that," or like, "You should do this." Like, you don't fucking know what you're gonna do.
Look, I'm gonna tell you that. I'll tell you this story. You remember my uncle Jesse?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm still young at the time, and I go in there to Jesse's gym and work out, and he's working with a MMA fighter, dude. I can't remember the guy's name. It was an amateur guy.
Is it fighter?
No, I want to say he was like from Orange or something. 185-pound dude, really fit, you know, whatever. He used to roll with Jesse.
Yeah.
So I'm in Jesse's boxing gym, and you know, we're sitting there working out and doing everything. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to roll with this guy?" You know, and I'm 210 pounds at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like bulked up a little bit, and I've never really like done the MMA training or anything. And I'm like, okay, you know, cool. I'm in basketball shape. I'm in good shape. Cardio's good. You know, I'm thinking like, okay, I can do this. So we start.
Yeah.
He finished me
Yeah.
very quickly.
It's something.
And I'm telling, dude, threw me around like a rag doll. I mean, there was no telling this guy no. Whatever he wanted me to do, I was doing it. And like the cardio to fighting is completely different than basketball, any kind of other sport. Had a whole new respect for any fighter that comes out, and I'm like, oh, I'm not built for this.
Dude, just imagine their gym. Whenever you walk in, when you start training, they turn the temperature as high.
Is that what they do at Mooney's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't roll. So they have this thing called 10 round Tuesdays, and ironically, that was the first class I ever went to, and I bought the gi and all that. And Jimmy takes care of me on that part. Like, I paid for my gi, but everything else, he pretty much just lets me come in and work with them guys. And I think everyone there tapped me out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
5-year-old tapping you out.
Yeah, dude.
Legitimately.
Yeah, or just newer guys, like, because I don't know, like, you just don't know, and they turn the heat on like 90. It's between 95 and 99. I've heard two different numbers, and then they don't do 5-minute rounds; they do 7-minute rounds. And
That's horrible.
There's a clock, and then you're looking at it, and you're waiting. But like, I couldn't. It was hard for me to pick up like several moves that they're trying to teach me one time. So I would like get a move down in my head, and I think I could do it. But now I'm, know that I'm not as strong with certain areas of my body, so I needed to work on that. And I love the defense part of it, dude. I like letting somebody get me in this weird ass spot and just try to get out of it. And most of the time, once they got you, they got you. I mean, it's like a snake, dude. I mean, they're
Dude,
insane.
the technique that goes with jiu-jitsu, technique that goes with anything in fighting, you know, it's insane.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it. There's a lot of things, like when I was working for the prison, we used to have to do defensive
Oh, I
tactics.
remember you worked for the prison.
Oh, dude, that was hell.
God.
Yeah.
Did you work at like Robertson or?
No, I worked at Styles and I worked at the Feds in Beaumont.
Feds was probably better than this.
Feds was way better. Feds was way better. But
Styles
like,
was like a little gladiator for me.
man, max security, everything.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like I started off in the max security at Styles, you know, and I was a seg boss.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're with the worst of the worst. And then,
But you have like sympathy for these guys for some reason.
dude, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I didn't necessarily have sympathy for them because like I understood that don't read their travel cards. It's a terrible idea. But some of these guys, man, they just got caught up.
Yeah.
And I look back at my time with that,
That
and
helps you out a lot.
well, yeah, I mean, it helped me. I had to fight a lot, but we, you know, definitely how you carry yourself, and there was a lot of times, you know, these guys are locked up 23 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
Their lives are already ruined.
I think that should be illegal. To be honest.
To some of them, yes.
Yeah.
To some of them, they need it,
Yeah.
and that's just because they can't really be let out. But with them being locked up all day, I straight up told them, like, look, man, I'm not here to ruin your life. You do what you need to do. Just don't do it to get me in trouble. I'm not here to ruin your life as long as you follow the rules and everything. And they respected that.
Yeah.
And that right there, I saw a lot of guys be assholes for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, do some fucked up shit for no reason.
Yeah.
And I never really wanted to even treat them that way. Even though some of the stuff that they have done to other people, they probably deserve that treatment. But
Do you know a guy named Paul Cherry? He was a lieutenant for a prison, right, or something. Maybe it was.
I mean, he may have been at another facility.
Like shift work at Oxbow. We don't work together, but you know, I relieve him.
I think a lot of people around here have worked for the prison.
Yeah, dude, he tells me some stories. I'm actually gonna try. I'm doing my best to get him on because I just want to talk to him.
Bro, I can tell you some
Already went
stories.
down that alley. Like, what's some of the craziest? shit that
It's
you've seen?
wild. You go in there every day and you really don't know if you're going to come out.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because you only have.
Or catch a disease. Somebody might throw shit on you.
I never got chunked on.
Yeah.
I came
I
close.
don't think I'd be able to hold my anger,
Dude, it's hard. It's hard.
especially if I got a weapon on my side, dude.
You don't.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Not even
sir.
a wand?
No, sir.
Oh God, dude.
You got a bean tool, which is for their trays and everything, but the only thing you got is gas.
Yeah.
That's it. And these dudes eat it.
Really?
Oh my God, son. Like freaking, like putting it on a taco.
No shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It don't affect them.
Wow.
Yeah. We had some dudes run out on us in closed custody one time, and we had to gas the whole section, fight them, get them in the get them on the outside rec yard, whole day room, everything is gassed. Everybody's coughing, and we're just trying to get all these dudes that jumped out on us to, you know,
Yeah.
locked up, back up and
My
everything.
mom worked. When we moved to Indiana, my mom worked for it was a sex offender prison, and it was,
That's got to be hard.
oh, dude,
That's
she
gotta
would
be
come
hard.
home, and she would tell me shit, and I would just be like,
It's rough.
yeah,
It's a rough job, and I found out it changes you. It makes you an asshole.
yeah,
It makes you extremely aggressive. I was paranoid. There's a lot of things because I mean, like I wasn't too much worried about on me because I never really like associated with them on that way. But you just never know who you're going to piss off that one day,
Yeah.
and you never know what's going to happen. Like we had officers die, not directly at our unit or anything, but like throughout the system. And we don't really know 100% why. They got calls on the outside, hits on them,
Some of
family
these guys
members end
don't
up
have a
missing.
moral compass. So have you seen that trial going on with that Matt? What was that dude's name? Wade. He had tattoos on his face, like the Joker tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
and he strangled 2 women. And he was found guilty, so apparently he's guilty.
The
you know?
recent one?
Yeah. But look that up for me. But he he was guilty. The verdict was guilty, and they sentenced him like on July 3rd of this month, I believe. 7-3. Yeah. So
Wade Wilson, Florida killer.
yep, he strangled 2 women. This son of a bitch smiled when they read him the death.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, because you have psych patients in there that just, dude, there's one guy that I remember vividly looking at, and I don't even know if he had a soul.
yeah.
I mean, he was just cold.
Isn't that scary, dude?
Cold.
To know that you never know how many people you walk by that like
Never know.
in a day.
Well, and especially in a prison.
Yeah.
And like that's what I'm telling you. Like you really, it's kind of scary when you really think about it. Like I've flirted with honestly death since I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Because I'm going into the prison on that, then going into the military, and military wasn't obviously that bad. I love the military. I miss the military, but.
Yeah.
You go around all them people like that, it changes you, and you get a real perspective on like what is really out there in the world, and especially when you're younger and you start to see that, like it.
Well, it's almost like a little city that nobody knows about, especially like knowing that it's back there by the airport and shit, in the regional airport. Like you don't even know it's back there. There's
Nobody pays attention.
yeah. It's just a.
Nobody even thinks about it.
I always make a joke. Me and Matt, I was talking to Matt Ortega the other day, and I was like, dude, if everything goes to shit since, that old juvenile center, like, they're not doing, like...
That's where we used to play at.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they turned that into...
Over, like, Walking Dead.
They turned the old Al Price into the Dream Center, and that's where we played at with Southeast Texas Hoops. So, yeah, I remember going to Al Price while it was still a prison. And as we're walking into the gym, I'm like, oh, this is bringing back memories right here from not good memories, but like.
I said, Matt, if everything goes to shit, I don't need a bunker, dude. I'll just take over the old juvenile.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they still got toilet paper in there or something, so.
They've actually changed up a lot of stuff with that. I think they've done some really good stuff, and I think they run like a lot of camps and everything for the youth.
Sometimes where it's like a.
Yeah, I think it is a nonprofit, and whoever took it over, like, definitely did something positive with all the negative stuff that was coming out of Al Price.
Yeah,
there was a lot of rough rumors on why it shut down.
Buddies that did some time there as kids, I still talk to them. I'm a firm believer in where you're at, where you're going.
Yeah.
So, because 2017, Ron and I were just.
Oh, dude, I've been there.
Menaces to society.
Yeah.
I can remember just back then, which is probably one of the last times Ron and I really hung out. I was so bad off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I didn't even realize it. I'm not saying like we were just out there just doing multiple drugs, but we was just both depleted. Like, and we meshed with that sadness, and we'd just be driving around for no reason, dude, just trying to find a place to stay.
I mean, dude, and that's one thing. We both of us, coming in, growing up as a kid, I hung out with a lot of drug dealers. I hung out with a lot of gangbangers. I was a part of that and all that stuff. And again, going back to my coaches that kept me straight, going back to the people around me that, at least tried to keep me on the track of, you probably don't need to go down that path. You probably, those people influenced me to stay away from it as much as possible. And once I actually started finding my own route, then I got away from it. But when I was young and growing, I didn't think anything about it. I was way comfortable in situations I should not have been comfortable in.
Where you're at now, everything you've done, if you really look at it from my point of view, everything you've done gets to where you are right now.
Yeah.
You went to the military, you learned the teamwork and the discipline. You work in a prison where you learned hard that it could be a way different life.
Way worse. Way worse.
And then just the people you had around you, you've mastered to getting to where you're at. So I think
I wouldn't say master, but I'm getting there.
No, you're close. Dude.
I'm getting there.
You're close. So is there anywhere where the audience can look up, like websites, Facebook? Is there anything that you want to shout out?
So we have a Mamba Hoops Facebook. You can follow us on that. And then if you want to register, we have registrations open for our young group and our old group, 6th through 8th grade, and then 9 through 12 for training. Anything, you can go to mambahoops.org, and you can even donate if you want to donate to the cause. There's sponsorship opportunities. We're looking for people we want to actually make some merchandise to kind of get our promotion out there, and
something so I can hang it up. I'll put it back.
we'll give you a jersey. We'll make you a jersey.
Ron said he was going to made. I kind of had a feeling that he was going to get it personally made when he told me that he was.
Do you want Mikey Uzi on there? Is that what you want?
That's so crazy. I think about those days, dude. And like Tony, like
Yeah.
dude, cold.
And Tony's doing good. Tony's doing good for himself.
He's a really good rapper too. Like and I love Tony. He's like Tony will not let a word bad be spoken about me. Like period. Like we could be. Man, I'll tell you a funny story. Dude, we were at Twin Peaks on a rainout day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was just a few years ago. It was 2020. So I'm in the bathroom.
Back in the plague.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, that's what happened. I don't like. Like I said, I used to be a social butterfly.
Yeah.
So like, I don't watch what I say. I can really like. I'm so blunt and like. Just it is what it is. Well, I was taking a piss, dude, and I looked to my right, and there was this big old dude, man. And I told him, I was like, "What's up, Rick Ross? You know, do you look like Rick Ross?" Dude, this guy wanted to kill me, bro. So, but he didn't say anything to me in the bathroom. He waited till I walked out. He went to his buddy's table, and then they started saying something to me. And Tony like takes his shirt off in the middle of Twin Peaks.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, Tony's one of the dude. If he rides for you, he rides for you.
He won't let it. Like, there's not one thing I got to worry about there. Like, if he finds out something and people are talking about it, he's not going to let it slide.
No.
And I love that too. He's such a good friend, and he obviously is going to be my co-host. But we decided that it'd just be better to be like a reappearing guest because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's just a great friend too, just like you guys, you know. So I'll probably, y'all be on a lot more than just one.
Hey man, we're more than welcome. We don't just have to talk about Mamba. We can talk about anything.
Yeah, well, we did too. So, and I got a 6-month plan with this. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, keep doing it, bro. Keep doing it. If it makes you happy, bro, keep doing it.
It does too, man. And I'm not even nervous. I literally sit here and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun having conversations.
It is.
Like the older I get, I guess I'm becoming an old man now. But like I really do. I enjoy having these conversations and like really reflecting on, like you said, how we get here, everything. Where are we going? Where are we going to push? And I want to surround myself with like-minded people that really want to push to the next level.
For sure.
Regardless of what it is, podcasting, basketball, hell, I don't give a damn if it's basket weaving. Just be the best basket weaver you can be, bro.
You can too, man. There's so much opportunity out there. We're not really the land of the free no more, but we're working back towards that, I think.
I think we are too.
So,
I think there's a shift.
It's been hard, like this was hard to do, money-wise, so it was just like, but everything I had set up, even it's like the Tupac and the Biggie thing, like this, if you look at this, it'll just remind you of me, and like that's what
Especially the wrestling.
Oh, dude,
You used to be a nerd with the wrestling. Dude, Jesus Christ.
Changed, bro. I still like the Cowboys, and I still like the WWE.
I'm so sorry for your cowboy fascination.
Oh, I'm sorry for them too, dude.
It's okay. You and Ron can bond over.
I want to go to the Texans and Cowboys. The tickets shot up from like $150 to like $1,000 the other day, and I was like,
I might be able to get you tickets.
Dude, I would be.
I get government discounts.
What?
For I don't know if it's for football. I know I do get it for Toyota, and I get it for the Astros.
They piss me off so bad, dude.
With the Rockets?
No.
Oh.
the damn Cowboys, bro. We haven't even signed our key players, right? Like, we haven't given them a long-term deal. But we got the Eagles over here who just like stole Saquon Barkley from.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, dude. I don't even think they needed him.
That's a nice pickup, though.
Yeah,
that's a nice pickup.
You got Devontae Smith. They got Jalen Hurts. They lost Jason Kelsey, which was huge. I think that's going to hurt them this year. But the Cowboys, they're like, oh, we're going to wait till the last minute and see what happens, And I'm like, it's like Jerry goes to the toilet and he takes a shit and knows he ain't got no toilet paper.
He got all that money. He got all that money. He just wiping his ass with hundreds. He ain't worried about it. He ain't worried about it.
Press the button, it cleans your ass.
Yeah, the bidet.
The bidet, but I want one of them, dude. No homo. I bet you it feels good.
No comment, sir. No comment.
I love that. My ass.
But yes, it feels great.
Yeah, so. Anyways, dude, it's fun talking to you. This is actually going to be a 2-part episode, so we're going to get Ron on here and we're going to talk to him some too, dude. But, man, I love this.
Yes, sir, man.
So.